Okay, so how to mimic a full overlay look with a face frame cabinet hinge. You cannot get a completely full overlay look like you can with frameless. With frameless, those long arm hinges that I showed you, you can have 1/8 inch gaps between all the doors, and you can open the doors and they will not hit each other. With a face frame cabinet hinge, it's different. Those compact hinges will not work with 1/8 inch clearances. You have to have a minimum of about 1/4 inch and sometimes even slightly more. So I actually prefer just a little bit more. Look in the Bloom specs for the type of hinge you're getting, and it'll tell you what that reveal should be. So that's an important number to watch. What happens is if you go less than 1/4 inch with those and you're opening your door, the back side of the door, or the front corner on that back edge, will hit the door beside it. And there's one way to get around that. If you really need to try to get a little under 1/4 inch, you can put a restrictor into that hinge. And we'll talk about restrictors for hinges in another video, but that restricts the door from opening the full 90 degrees. It restricts it to like 84 or 86, I think. So that's one way to do it. The only disadvantage about that is your door doesn't quite open to full 90. If you're not concerned about that, you're more concerned about overlays, that's one way to get around that. So just be conscious of that 1.5 inch face frame with an 1.25 inch hinge leaves a 1/4 inch reveal or space of showing. So I typically try to show that 1/4 inch all the way around the face. I'll have a 1/4 inch on the bottom, 1/4 inch on both sides, and on the top that can vary a little bit depending what kind of crown you have. You might want to leave more space up there. But here's what happens when you put two cabinets beside each other. Now you have two 1/4 inch spaces. You're going to have a 1/2 inch reveal between the cabinets. So if you want to stick with 1.25 inch through your whole kitchen, you're going to have 1/2 inch reveals anywhere that two cabinets come together, and you're going to have a 1/4 inch everywhere else. Now you can work around that by putting 1 3/8 hinges anywhere that two doors come together. So that's going to take an extra 1/4 inch out of there and bring you about a 1/4 inch apart. However, a 1/4 inch, like I said, it's a little finicky because you have to really be careful, because any kind of adjustment that you need to make, you may end up having doors that start hitting each other. So I generally like to stay with an 1.25 inch hinge on an 1.5 inch face frame. If you're going up to an 1 5/8 face frame, now you can use an 1 3/8 hinge. You still have that same 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch ratio. If you have a 1 3/4 face frame, now you can go to 1.5 inch. See what I'm saying? So you're looking for what your reveal is going to be when you're doing full overlay. You're basing it more on reveals than you are on overlays. So that's how you figure out overlays and spacings for compact hinges. Like I said, frameless, you can do 1/8 inch all the way around. Full overlay full overlay on a face frame, you can't do that. You can still get the same look, pretty much the same look, but not quite as tight of the gaps.